The mention of dictatorship by the president, who is also the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, is worrisome. Because it's exactly what the international community and all interest groups have been saying. They are saying he's a dictator. And he has been refusing. But he said it himself. That now you're going to bear with me. I'm going to become a dictator. What did you wish? I'm going to become a dictator. I mean, this is your country. There are many Zambians. This country does not belong to the president. I don't know. Each and every Zambian is an equal shareholder in this enterprise we call Zambia. You don't just stand and speak. Then after saying, I'll become a dictator, you bear with me. To bear with you over what? How can you ask people to bear with foolishness? This is the utter foolishness. You can't think like that. You are the president. You need to do with facts. Don't speculate like those who are on the streets. It's unacceptable. Of citizens that are protected under international law are taken away from the people in the name of public emergency. You take away your public emergency. Emergency because people must see the emergency, not just you. Meanwhile, we're saying, these Catholic bishops, they're imagining in their heads, tension is in their heads, tension is in your head. It's very clear about it. And in fact, I think that time has come to begin to examine these men, to go to that's a country to be examined. I don't think that somebody who is in the right frame of mind can ever imagine to do such a thing. Meanwhile, people can say, this dog is naked. You are saying, you're not ifwala. At yo, it's naked. People are saying it's naked at you're not ifwala. We can't allow such a thing to continue in our country. It's an accident. Lumbu and his colleagues, they are on the wrong side of history. Totally wrong side of history. Brick and mortar. Does that make sense? If you want to go to brick and mortar, go alone. Don't carry the people along. It's totally unacceptable. Go alone. What you are doing is like the acts is like these are men and women who belong to the land of the dead. Let the people who belong to the land of the living do the things that are sensible. Because it is only those who are in the land of the living who feel destiny. If you men have no destiny to care about, we ask you to quietly go to the land of the dead where you belong. Because some people are walking back, by the end. All that others are waiting for is the pronounce to announce the day that you have died. Leave the country because the land is an entity, it's a living entity. Leave it alone to live for the sake of future generations. Zambia continued with the same authoritarian decrees, and this is what President Edgar Chabalungu is now shamelessly taking us back to. Umuntu is even a lawyer. He has studied this thing I'm talking about. What kind of a lawyer are you? What kind of a lawyer? Because as a lawyer, you must be the champion to respect human rights. You must show us how your degree is working as a lawyer's counsel. Unless you are telling us that there's something, questionable about yourself, about your credentials. Because as a lawyer, you must care about the weak in society. Finally, but not the least, 1, revoke the proclamation that there exists a situation which may lead to public emergency. The government should focus on strengthening the security surveillance system as opposed to placing Zambia on the list of unsafe destinations. Some of the robust states of the Middle East have states of emergency, but terrorism and other acts of violence and civil disobedience continue to escalate in their countries. There is no guarantee that when you declare a state of emergency, then suddenly security will return to the nation. There is no guarantee at all. That's not the way to think. That's what we've been calling thinking in reverse syndrome. Thinking in the reverse. It's like what we call the inverted, what do you call it? Inverted, something which is inverted. You are thinking upside down. You can't think like that. This is totally unacceptable. You have to revoke that proclamation. Let it not see light of the day in Parliament. If you care about yourself, if you care about your family, if you care about the people of Zambia. In state sector, yes, we welcome that, but he can suspend trips. Trips, just one trip. Just one trip. The court say, just one trip, 2 trips, may not be enough. You don't just move about endlessly like that. A good concert, you want to go out. Everywhere, you want to go out. And that's why they on the fire. This is public money. So save part of that money. Stop there. Focus now on the people of Zambia. It's not the foreign nations that you insult that voted for you. You insult them. At time when again you are going to the same countries that you insult. What are you going to do? What are you going to do in those countries? But security. The security of Zambia is not necessarily the president. He's the commander-in-chief. But at the end of the day, it's those men and women in uniform who provide security. You have been embarrassing us. You go to Israel, you come back on a tourism of cabbage. Why don't you go to invest of Zambia? Get agriculturalists. Let them go. So that when they learn, when they come to apply, you went to see cabbage. What's the result of the cabbage? Are you going to present a lecture at the university to talk about cabbage growing? The Indian likely event, they land the day, that's the Mushi. I'm not saying President Trumbu. When you leave office, they come to arrest you. No, I didn't sign. I'm just Yamushi. I'm just saying it's a situation, it's what language do you use? It's hypothetical. In case now, what will happen? Number 6, release Haga in the Hijlema and let him face the appropriate traffic offense which he committed. The detention of HH will not solve one economic problem in Zambia. Not a single one. Not a single one. Instead of just dividing the country. We have another report